Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DDP. And we are continuing our reverse engineering assignment where we are creating parts from a blueprint and then assembling them into a truck. This video is going to be focused on assembling our parts into the truck. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our platform right here, and we're going to go to Save up here and okay, but we're going to go here, to File, Save As, and then we're going to rename this Truck Assembly. So now this is created as a separate file, and it's not going to be built on the original shape. Got some sirens in the background. Okay, so what we're going to do before we start dragging our pieces over is to create a sketch. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some lines that will help us line up our features when we start to assemble them. So this is a little prep work. All right, so we're going to zoom out. And what I want to do is I want to use construction lines. And in the sketch palette, when you're in the sketch mode, over here at line type, when you have construction selected, everything becomes a construction line. And what that means is the lines are there, but they're not part of the actual design. They're just meant to help you. So we're going to use our 2-point rectangle tool. And I'm going to make a, let's see, 3, 1. There we go. I know that this is 3 inches and I want a 1-inch space because this is where the axle block is going to go. So I'm going to do the same thing on this end. And I'm actually want to get rid of the dimension. So I'm going to unclick that. Cool. And let's do this to this side here. Great. Now we are going to finish our sketch. And you'll see that these construction lines remain even in the 3D modeling mode. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring over my axle, which is completed as I did in the first video. And here we go. I'm going to bring this over. It's taking a while to load. My Fusion's a little glitchy, and there we go. So awesome. So what we're gonna do now is, that looks good. I'm just gonna, actually, I should probably lift it up higher. Let me get a different view. Yes, I wanna lift this up higher. Okay, because I wanna get underneath it. All right, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. And we're gonna go to almost everything that we do is gonna be in the rigid assembly joint, right? Select is already there. This joint here, let's just make sure that it's rigid. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's our little menu. It is rigid. It's up here. Okay, great. So what we want to do is we want to get underneath the axle block and find a nice center spot right here. Then I'm going to, it locks in certain places on the geometry and it really locks in the center here. So I'm just going to go for that. Okay, and I'm going to hit that and it all goes here. The problem is will we be able to move it? Okay. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's put that back. Okay, and let's see if, let's actually move this whole thing up and let's try this again. So what I needed to do was move this where it needed to be first, then hit it, and then set it. Cool. So we're going to bring that over again, and we're going to do that all over again. All right. Go to, I'm just going to set that, go to assemble, go to joint, find the center spot. And I'm going to go to the same spot actually. And I'm just going to move that up before I set it. Okay, and we are all set. And all of these here are constraints, which means that they're locked into place. And there is some degree of freedom that has been taken from this, meaning that they're not able to move. All right, I'm going to go ahead and build it. So you can build it however you want. You can start on the wheels last. Totally up to you. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. And this is the front part, and we need to orientate it correctly. Okay, so I could see that it's upside down. Good, so let's get it there, and let's turn it the right way. Okay, that's good. And now we need to move it out of the way so we can get underneath it. All right, and that's fine. So we're going to go to assemble, joint, and at this point, we can actually just keep hitting J, and that will keep bringing up the function. And I'm going to choose the center. And here, I'm going to choose the very edge. All right, and then we can move that into place and lock it in. And there we go. So let's just take a look at that. Okay, it's all lined up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the cab. There we go. Now I believe this cab is upside down. So let's find the right orientation. There we go. Awesome. And I'm going to move this up. And I'm going to bring it over to here. Cool, that looks good. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to go to assemble, joint, go to the bottom side of this, find, again, a nice center spot. And in this one, I think I recall the corner being the best spot. I was wrong. So let's try that again. It's good to try out things just to see whether they work or not and how they work. Okay, so this is going to work better. I'm going to move that over, and that is looking flush. I'm going to hit that. Sweet. So we've got all this going on, and now we're just going to build this side. And we want to turn this so it's the correct orientation. I believe it's this axis. There we go. Let's see, okay. Or maybe it was this part that worked better there. Yes, it was this part, okay. Okay, and with this one, it might be flush up against here, but we need to adjust it over here and get the right amount of space. And it's going to take a little bit of trial and error over here to see what is the right amount of space. So maybe it's not that, maybe it's 2. Or maybe it's 1. Seems to be 1 in this case, but it might not be in your case. So you want to keep messing around with this until everything is nice and flush, and then set it. We're going to do that again on the other side. Okay, bring that up a little more. Cool, set it, get underneath it. Maybe I want to zoom in a little. And remember, it was the corner right here where I felt went the best, and it does. Okay, so I could tell that it's flush here. And then it actually seems to be flush there as well. I'm gonna set that, and that's looking good. Let's have the whole thing fit. Cool. So now our last piece is the tailgate. Somewhere around here. Here it is. Bring this over to here. Great. Bring this up, get underneath it. And I'm going to zoom in a little. I remember this being a little less than 40 minus 38. Yes, it was minus 0.38. And that's looking pretty good. Okay, and this is your completed truck. And in the next video, I'm going to actually, let me see here. Yeah, no, that's fine. Good. There's meant to be a little space right here. Okay, great. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add holes to complete the assembly. So I will see you there.